Welcome to the MBX Films Theater, now showing The Mandalorian, because I'm going to open up this Mission Fleet vehicle and figure pack of The Mandalorian. Not really a line that I collect, but we're going to open up, check this out, and see why I bought this for my collection, since I mostly collect the 3.75-inch figures and the vintage collection and things like that. So let's just see what this line has to offer here. Definitely never had one of these before, so let's see what the deal is. Let's see. Figures are definitely very small. And again, the genius of this line is that the figures are small so you can get those vehicles in, which is great to see again, instead of the 6-inch figures where you can really have no vehicles. But I can move the wrist. The arms, I believe, have a bit of a joint here, if you can see, at the shoulder, so they're not strictly up and down. He's got a little motion there, but not a whole lot. Head's obviously on a ball joint. The legs are pretty much just up and down, then his cape's kind of in the way. I'm not sure if I think the cape could come off. I'm not sure if that's glued in or not. Got the Mandalorian, and then this is his later appearance in the show too, so this has actually kind of got everything you could want out of the Mandalorian if you were collecting these and getting a bunch of Star Wars characters. It does have a jetpack, which I guess that would prove that the cape would come out. Yep. Go just jetpack mode there. Go in Rocketeer. And then apparently, fairly uncommon that he actually has all his weapons. He's got his long rifle and his pistol, so pretty much all his weapons. Holds that pretty nice with the trigger and everything, so I mean, not a bad line here at all. That's just looking at the figure here. We're missing a piece. Aha! So, got the speeder bike, of course, and this just kind of a traditional looking speeder bike from original trilogy and such, especially with that winged end there. Not really his primary vehicle. I'm pretty sure it was just one episode that he used the speeder bike, if I remember. Only really watched the show through one time. It does have like a play, you know, a cannon, so it's got the missile and all that. Not too strong or anything like that, but it's going to look more like the movie bike without the cannon. This, which I thought was just some sort of alternate missile or something, is actually just the hitch, I believe, to go on the back of the speeder bike, because it also comes with,
I would like to see the baby,
the child's carriage, and the secret real reason I bought this was the child. You want to say Baby Yoda, you can. I usually don't call it that. He's got his little feet on there. I don't think well, yeah, the head does move, so you can get a little bit of a... But the arms are just, he's holding his little ball toy there, and so obviously he just goes in his little carriage there, and then this actually does have a moving piece that kind of be more covered or more open. So that's pretty cool. Doesn't have a perfect way to sit in here very well. He kind of wants to fall over and go nappies. And then that's what this extra piece was, you know, kind of getting the floating effect with the clear. And then this has the hitch that he can, you know, in toy fashion, that he can kind of drag along the kid there in his vehicle, so... The only problem is these figures are so small, it is kind of hard to get him really in there, but I think a lot of the other lines, the vehicles maybe are possibly a little bit bigger, but you've got kind of the full unit there. Throw the cannon on if you want him to do some damage. I don't know if you can kind of flip this down as kind of a more of an armor protective there if he's riding into battle with his child there. So basically, you know, this is all bonus for me. I was just getting it for the child, so this is just kind of bonus collectible to display somewhere, so that's cool. Got all his weapons and things. But since this is kind of cartoony sized, I was just going to hold up a vintage collection Boba Fett, and you can kind of infer what you will from that. Let's just say, due to sizing and things. I don't have a vintage collection Yoda, but I have the old kind of 90s where you can see Yoda is bigger than the child. So looks pretty nice for this scale of figure also, even though it came with the tiny Mandalorian, but since it's kind of a cartoony appearance, they made they didn't want the child to be so tiny that you just lose it, like, you know, he'd be the size of the freaking pistol. So but this way he has the head movement and thing. The cradle, of course, not too bad either. So we just have a vintage collection Boba Fett right now, so I'm going to say pretty nice to throw in a vintage collection lineup if you would like. And then you're just getting bonus, you know, the Mandalorian and the bike to just put elsewhere and do whatever you want with. That's a cool piece. If you stay tuned right here, we'll go ahead and open up the vintage collection Mandalorian and check it out with the child. So stick around here and we'll get a much better comparison with the real deal Mandalorian with this Mission Fleet, the child, Baby Yoda, unnamed central character from the Mandalorian TV show. So hopefully you'll stick around and watch that. So I'll see you right after the break.